Morning. It's the day of the party for my murder mystery party, so I'm going to show you my setup because, of course, I'm not done setting up. So let's look at my kit. So this is the kit I got from Talking Tables. I bought this off Amazon, but they also sell it at Barnes and Nobles. And this kit's really cool because you can play the game without having to worry about knowing who the murderer is because there's 3 alternate endings. And there's 13 characters, but you really only need 4 to play, so yeah. The only downside though is that they specify certain characters that have to be in each game, so clearly those 3 are one of the 3 endings, but I'm gonna randomize which ending I choose, so yeah. Alright, so first things first is I'm popping out all the name tags and I'm gonna put them with their pins that the kit came with. Right, so I popped all the name tags that I needed for my game, and I put the pins on them. And so I was popping things out. I popped out all of the weapons, which are these like drawing things. I popped out the awards. These boxes are for something else, so don't mind them. And now I'm gonna organize everything into like folders. I have to like organize the secret character traits and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. So the kit doesn't come with envelopes, so I had these on hand already. So I'm gonna put everything in like envelopes so that way it's all organized and I can just hand it to people when they come. Okay, it's actually the next day because yesterday I was rushing to get ready and I just didn't have time to like record everything that was happening. But it's the day after. The party went really well. I'm gonna put my flower in because I feel like I need to look more decorated. Perfect. And I just want to, I guess this is becoming more of a review video than it is how I did this video because there's a couple things about this kit that definitely could have gone better, maybe with preparation on my part, but also just really understanding what this kit is about. So we're going to go through that. So to make everything feel more fancy, I got these like pink trays from the Dollar Tree to like put everything on. And then each character, so every person who came, I gave them an envelope and I wrote their character name on top. Inside the envelope, what I put was a random challenge card. So I randomly selected these and shoved them in the envelopes. A secret trait. Again, I think you weren't actually supposed to randomly do these. I think the numbers were supposed to correspond with the characters. So Philippa's did, but not everyone's did. And the reason why I mixed the rest of them up was because some of them weren't really good for my group. Like someone was like flirting and that, and I'm like, that's gonna be really awkward for because I have like kids coming. And yeah, so I had a character card and then a secret trait card, and then I had the actual name tag in here. And what this also did is when we were done playing, all my guests put these back in their envelopes so I can reorganize it for if I want to play this game again. Makes it super easy. So I definitely recommend envelopes. It keeps everything organized. Now, some of the challenges did require extra materials. One challenge we had was you had 10 seconds to draw the most attractive person. Instead, we made it the person like next to you. This is the one I did of my friend Victoria. So I put out sticky notes and pens. I also use that as like extra paper. You're gonna need pens. This kit doesn't come with pens because there's a lot of writing. You know, the accusation pad, the notepad, which I thought these were so cute. I'm so glad it came in the kit. But just know that you should read through the challenges just because you don't know what extra materials you might need. I also didn't do the body because, you know, it didn't give me anything to really do it. It was like you could use like a doll and a white cloth and a red piece of clothing to represent the thing. I just did like a video thingy, which I want to talk to you guys about. I didn't like the audio host audio, so I made my own and I made my own little video to it on CapCut. It was cute. Everyone thought it was funny and they didn't even know I made it. They felt legit. So when in doubt, you can fix some of the materials and make it more of your own. Right, now let's talk about the potential murder weapons. I thought these were actually really cute. And how I hid them is I took some painter's tape and these are stuck because I left the tape on them and I stuck them on the wall. I used painter's tape because I was trying to preserve like the integrity of these things, but someone did rip one of these. I don't remember which one. I'll check. But yeah, so use painter's tape. It kept almost all of them in good shape, except when someone jumped to yank one off. And actually, these were much easier to hide than I thought, which made it really interesting. Everyone loved looking for them. I hid them in one room to make it easier, but it still took them a while to find everything because these blended in so well. So, yeah, definitely like use painter's tape and hang them around your room, hide them. I hid them in like the most weird places. Like I put one in my cat tree, I put one behind a balloon, I put one behind a chair cushion. Like you could put these anywhere. I like these a lot. Update, this was the one that ripped. Now I had a feeling these might rip, so I did be smart about it. I didn't put the tape on the words. So yeah, just make sure that you inform your guests that these can rip if they yank them off the wall, because there are 3 games in this box and you only get 1 set of murder weapons, so keep that in mind. Update, this one just ripped as I was taking the tape off, so note that painter's tape, not perfect. I think next time, to like maintain the integrity of these things, I might wrap them in plastic or like some type of clear wrap, or even just put them like in a Ziploc bag and seal it somehow, like give it some type of laminate, so that way when I put the tape on it, I don't risk these rips. Just a tip. So I was pretty careful about packing everything back up, but it does look like I lost a name tag. Um, I might find it. I'm pretty sure it's still in the house somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But anyhow, what's really nice that I found out is in this lid, there's a QR code that brings you to the website where you can download PDFs of like all these parts in case you miss something or you break something or anything. So I thought that was a really nice touch for this package because it's literally the like entire game set as a downloadable PDF. That was a very nice thing. So I appreciate that because now I'll be able to get that name tag back. All right, now moving aside from all the parts, the pieces, the game set has so many great things in it, so I definitely think it was worth getting the kit. But that being said, trying to figure out the story at the beginning was a little tricky because the most they give you about context is the audio host, Inspector Morse Code, who kind of goes through the script of introducing themselves and giving a scenario of who was oofed, but they don't really explain to you like where we are per se and who Penny really is. I mean, they kind of say it, but when we were playing, we just got really confused. So I guess that's more of a user error. But let me explain to you in case you get this kit of what we are pretty sure is happening. I honestly don't know when I'm going to finish this video because I'm like in different scenes every single time. It's been a day. Anyways, so the story goes, so there's this big party happening at the Dapperton estate, and guests tend to arrive really early for these type of parties, because at one point they're talking about like, oh, at 1 p.m. this happened, 6 p.m. the guests came. So just note that this whole scenario is taking course over like the entire day. Now, Penny, for some reason, is there for a while, and she's seen doing this, doing that, and where she's murdered is here. Now, I don't know if it changes for the other endings, but we played one ending, so this is just what I'm going off of. And basically, the Dapperton estate is run by Miss Maple Syrup. She's the matriarch. I'm pretty sure her husband is Gonzo, like she is widowed, and Daniel is her son. So there's Daniel's aunt, and there's all these different people that are related somehow to the Dapperton people, whether they're staff, whether they're friends, whether they're family. But Penny is just some outsider, honestly, because she just writes articles and stuff, and she figured out like a whole case about a murderer, and she's like, oh my god, Inspector Morse Code, you gotta be here because I bet you this person's a murderer and I'm gonna expose them. But then the murderer found out and oofed her. So yeah, um, that's where we got really confused because we thought we were at Penny's house and she owned the house. No, no, no. Miss Maple Syrup owns the house. So in case you're confused, Penny isn't 100% or maybe even not even 50% related to the Dapperton estate. So she's a main character, but she's not actually part of the estate. So don't think it's her house. Yeah, that's where we got confused. And yeah, the other confusing part about like this whole story plot is like when we were playing round two, it started telling us stuff about the characters, and we're like, how are we supposed to know physical traits about these characters? My guests were asking me like, is this based on what we look like? And I'm like, no, there's no way the kit would know what you look like. And it wasn't until round three that we actually saw the character profile. So I felt like that was a little flipped. Um, I think the other thing that wasn't really clear is we had challenge cards, and we didn't actually know when we were supposed to do them until we actually started playing the game. So the way I did it is we did the challenges first as like icebreakers, but I think we were supposed to introduce ourselves and do the challenges as we introduced ourselves as like a mixture of icebreaker challenge type of thing. But I think both ways worked. So you do you. So, final verdict is 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend. It could be a challenge though, and I do recommend if you play this, you play it with a slightly older audience. If you're going to play it with family members like I did, you do want to go through some of those cards because there were, like, again, things like flirting and stuff, and that's kind of weird when you're playing with your family. So just go through it, and obviously, you could always change things on in that aspect for those challenges and stuff. And yeah, gather your friends. You can play without knowing the endings, which is really great. And have fun with it as much as we did. We had a good time. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. I was worried because I'm like, did you guys really like it? And they're like, yeah, no, this was fun. This was actually cool. So, yeah, we're definitely probably going to do it again. Maybe even get another kit. So, if we do, I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.